Hello. Hi, I come your way again today. Something I've been pondering over the days is the misconception people have about investing, whether investing in stocks, shares, or investing in crypto. People that are not into investment or want to start investment, they have this conceived notion that you must have a lot of money because before you start your investment journey. And I bet to let you know that it's not true. You can start investment later. For example, you see a stock, someone can come on Twitter, come on Facebook and make a claim, a stock of $1,000 5 years ago is now like $20,000, for example. And someone can say, I don't have $1,000, I don't have $1 million. But I look at it on the unit fraction. Sometimes I said, what if I have $100? What if I have a $10? What if I have a $1? So you now use it to check the percentage of growth. For someone that has $1,000 that made it a $20,000, you check the percentage growth. So when people come online and sometimes when they see some claims, they think that people just make up this number. It's true. It's true. You have an investment, for example, of £100, and the investment yields like, let's say, 1,200. Someone say, I don't have £1,000, but you can have a £10, you can have a £1, and you start with that. Just start with that. In my country, Nigeria, this year, the Nigerian stock market has done great for investors. Sometimes guys come up and say, if you have like a 5 million naira and you invest it, you have, depending on the stocks, especially the insurance stock with the new policy by the government, you have 5 million naira in a particular stock gives like 31 million naira. Someone say, I don't have 5 million naira. The economy is hard. I don't look at the 5 million. What I understood with talking to people about investment is when you tell them you have 5 million and it's now 40 million or so, or whatever it is, they look at the 5 million and they just look at the 40 million. The way I like to picture it is like, when someone was born in the maybe 1940 and he died in 2025, they just put 1940 dash 2025. So many things happened between that dash. Got married, got job, relocated, had children, got promoted, had downtime, had up times in life, and so many things happened to the person. Became a child, was a teenager, and so many. So investment, it has that. So when someone make a claim that they had an investment of $100 or £100, and it went to, let's say, £1,200. There are so many things that happen. There were years that went into it. There were strategies that we are going into it. There were some shakings that most times they don't bring to the fore for people to know. And people think that sometimes they are made up numbers. No. So, for example, when I see in my country we use Naira, Nigeria, um, um, 5 million naira is now 40 million naira. I don't look at the 5 million. What I look at is, what if I have 500,000? I may not make that five. I will make the same percentage, but not like I'm not 40 million. Okay, I don't have 5 million. What if I have a million? What if I have 500,000? What if I have 100,000? What if I invested a 50,000? What if I invested a 10,000? And what if I invested a 5,000? What if I invested a 1,000? And so on and so forth. So people think investment is you must have a lump sum of money for you to call yourself an investor. No, I started my investment journey in my pre-degree back my home country in Nigeria. I started my investment journey. As a student, my father helped me, but I was reading about it. And I have seen how it has grown for me as an investor. Now in the UK, I do investment in the UK. And in the UK here, just like in Nigeria, you can buy some shares with just 100 naira, less than 100 naira. In the UK, you can start your investment journey with a single pound. With a single pound on so many platforms in the UK here. So I want to encourage people that wants to come into the investment space. You don't need to have a lot of money. You just need to have that drive. Make your research indispensable. That is indispensable. Know the sector you are going into, but just know that you don't need to have millions to start your investment journey. And you'll be sure that over the years, as long as it's a good investment, you will have a good ROI at the end of it. You have a CG, capital growth. You have a dividends. Some companies have what they call bonus giving out to, that's increasing your stake in the company. So this is what I've enjoyed as an investor. And I don't look at investment that I must have a lump sum. Start with the little you have. When somebody comes on Twitter, whether in Nigerian stock, US stock, British stock, and they say you come in with £1,000, $1,000, a 1 million naira, you just look at, let me break it down. I don't have a 1 million. Do I have a 1,000? Do I have 1,000 naira? Do I have 10,000 naira? Do I have 100,000 naira? Do I have 50,000 naira? And so on and so forth. And you see, you start the investment journey. Something I've also observed in the crypto space. When say invest in crypto, you must. The mistake some people made, and they are regretting it now, that we are educating on crypto space was, I must buy a full Bitcoin. I must buy a full Ethereum. I must buy a full BNB. No, you can begin to buy fractions. Bitcoin is made up of a fraction of Satoshi. So you can begin to buy the fraction. You can use £5, $5, buy, depending on the country, the currency of the country where you reside, you can use $5, you can use £5 to buy your Satoshi. You buy and you accumulate. You don't need a lot. You don't need much money to start, but just have that determination to have your investment journey started. And when you do that, over the years, you will see that your investment journey will be worthwhile. Be sure of the coin. If you're in the crypto space, be sure of the coins. Know their use case, know their credibility, know the team behind it, know the sector they are in, what are they into, what is their future prospect. And then you don't need to put a much in, like I said, you can start little. And in so doing, you also have to also give yourself to learning, to exposing yourself to this information. When you do that, you will see your strengths in terms of the knowledge you have about investment begins to grow. So just take away that mind that you must have a lot of money to start your investment journey. You can start little. Just start little and be intentional. Over the years, you will see where your investment journey will lead you to. I wish you all the best and see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.